Okay, so I'm going to end this podcast with something interesting that crossed the news desk from my colleague. Okay, so you guys remember the men's 60? It was basically a virtual tie. They both met. Jacobs and Coleman ran 6:41, and according to the official results, Jacobs beat Coleman by .003. So both their times rounded to 6:41, but when you go to the 1,000th of a decimal, Jacobs got the win by .003. And if you remember, when the race happened, there was like a long delay. There was like a 2-3 minute delay to find out who actually won when you go to the 1,000th of a second. And ultimately, it was Jacobs who was deemed victorious. So this is where we got to get a little controversial, okay? So whenever they do timing, they have this weird photo timing that kind of shows where the lean is, and there's a line to show when they cross the line. And at first you look at this, clearly it was close between Jacobs and Coleman. Coleman is in the red, so he's behind Jacobs in the foreground. He's in the background, Jacobs is in the foreground. Now you look at this line, they are so close, right? Look at those two lines, right? They clearly that's clearly showing that it was a close race. But when you look at these lines, I don't know about you, but the second place line looks like it matches up with Jacobs, and the first place line looks like it matches up with Coleman. Now, Jacobs is the one who won, all right? But when you look at these lines, it looks like Jacobs' line should be for Coleman, and Coleman's line should be for Jacobs. So let's zoom in. Can we zoom in? We're gonna zoom like hell. Okay. So this is a picture of Coleman. Okay. This is the line on the right that's supposed to be Jacobs' winning time, but that line matches up with Coleman. It matches up with his shoulder, which is connected to his chest. Your shoulder is connected to your chest. And you look at the line that Jacobs is supposed to have, show this. There is separation. You see daylight between his jersey and that black line. Now, I'm not saying they made a mistake, but does this picture potentially prove that Coleman actually won the indoor 60-meter title? There is clearly space here between the Jacobs line and his chest. You see the blue dots, right? And there is air there, man. There is air. The lines seem kind of a little iffy. There's questionable. When you look at it, it looks like the front line is for Coleman, the second line is for Jacobs. But for some reason, they gave Jacobs the front line and Coleman the second line. Now, I'm not accusing any, fugazi or shadiness or anything going on. I think, the timers, I don't think they're doing anything illegal or anything like that. And I think I'm not trying to diminish Jacobs' mark. Regardless, they both ran 6:41. Who cares? It came down to .003. It's luck when it comes down to that. So it doesn't even matter who got first or second at the end of the day. But I think potentially there was a mistake there, and that potentially Coleman should be the gold medalist and Jacobs should be the silver medalist. Jacobs post-race said, when you win 2 gold medals, you cannot win by chance. I think those 2 lines, it might be a little bit of a chance there, though. Like, there's a little bit of a chance when you zoom in on the lines, there's a chance that line that they gave to Lamont Jacobs is incorrect. It should have been shoved back a few pixels. And the line that for Coleman should be shoved forward to where Jacobs' line is, because look, it lines up perfectly. Now, I know we're trying to look at pixels right now, and, pixels can be misleading and all that stuff. You can't maybe use it in a court of law. But what I'm saying, though, is if you look at this, I think Team USA, TF, I think Christian Coleman's team needs to take a look at this screenshot and think, hey, Mr. Timer, we may need to take a second look, have a second opinion here. Now, they're obviously not going to change the results. Protest period's over, all that stuff. And again, I'm more than willing to recognize that Jacobs beat Coleman straight up. He ran 6:41. It doesn't matter. And I'm willing to look at Jacobs as a legitimate favorite going into outdoors. He is my favorite. But the lines just tell a different story, okay? The lines tell a different story. And when you zoom in on the lines, there is a situation where Coleman's front chest is actually the winning line and not the back line. It looks like they freaking estimate, because they gave Coleman that line on the second line. They gave Coleman the second line. It looks like they're just trying to x-ray through his shoulder and assume that his chest is at that spot. And there's clearly air between Jacobs' line. I'm telling you though, controversy. What are your takes here? I guess let us know in the comments. I'm sure the chat might be going wild right now. I'm not looking at the chat, but I think we have a little bit of some photographic evidence that there might have been a mistake in the men's 60, and just take a look at it. Just take a look. We see people in the comments now. Coleman won that. Coleman definitely won that, but it's all well and good. People are so quick to write someone off after one race. He'll be back. Coleman won that race. Yeah, I think Coleman might have won the race. But I also believe that Lamont Jacobs is a real deal. So I think Coleman won the race, and I think Jacobs is the real deal. That's what I think. That is my reaction. Coleman won the race. Jacobs is the real deal. And I think we can go to bed at night with those two thoughts and not feel too crazy about it. But yeah, look at the photographic evidence, ladies and gentlemen. The timers might have made a mistake. Now, I'm sure there might be some timer out there who's like, Gordon, you're reading it wrong. You're supposed to look at the photo a different way, flip it upside down, turn it sideways, zoom in at a different angle. And clearly, Coleman lost the race. But I don't know. I just feel like they probably shouldn't have released that photo, because that photo seems like it's damning evidence